Ramona, if you would have told me, I'll repeat what I just said a few minutes ago. I guess we're going to have to double up here because we just jumped in this situation here. Ramona, if you would have told me at 3:44 p.m. on July 1st that the Lakers would not have a center on their roster not named Trey Jemison III, I would have said you were out of your mind. What has transpired here? Why are we at this point at the moment?
Well, I think they had a good shot at Brook Lopez. I think they were right there on him. And there's a lot of reasons he may have chosen the Clippers over the Lakers. It looked like they could give him a little bit more money. I think it was $1 million or $2 more than the Lakers offer. So there's a money situation. But it's not that often, George, that you see a player the caliber of Brook Lopez choose a backup role over a starting role, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know there's a little bit of money difference there. So I think some of the background noise, I think the stuff that was going on with that may or may not be going on with LeBron James, they have factored into that decision, that sort of uncertainty with LeBron. I think if you're Brook and you're trying to choose what situation you want to be in, maybe you go for the one where there's not a potential catastrophe happening in the background.
All right, Ramona, this time of year, your phone is going crazy, right? You're texting everybody, You're getting answers back and forth, you're squeezing in interviews. Did you expect the Clippers to be doing this? Because right now, Drew Eubanks just got waived, and he's going to go with Sacramento. Everybody's making moves except for the Lakers.
Yeah, I think the Lakers I think they're working on a lot of things. I have the sense that they have a plan here, that they have some targets here, that I don't think it's for lack of trying. Like, they're not just sitting out and saving their cap space. It is really hard to maneuver in this environment. And they're trying to be disciplined about not giving 2, 3, 4-year deals. They're trying to keep their cap space for a couple years down the road.
Okay, let me interrupt you there for a second. Can I interrupt you there for a second?
Yeah.
Is free agency coming back in vogue? Because it feels like that hasn't been a thing for several years now. Like, is that something that with this new CBA we expect to come back and become more popular?
I wouldn't say that. I think, you've seen most of the way players change teams now is by a trade, right?
Right.
There's not that many Miles Turners out there who are going to actually get money from another team and they go there free and clear. So I think that having cap space is, it's about having, they could have 2 max spots in a couple of years if they play their cards right, if they're smart about it. But it's that max cap space, you can also accept a trade into that space.
Sure, like Brooklyn is trying to facilitate right now.
Yeah, so Brooklyn's they're just trying to get to the salary floor. They took on Michael Porter Jr. They happen to get a good player out of it, but they also like that he made more money because they have to get to the salary floor. And so that's some of the reason for that job, but for that trade. But I think that with the Lakers, you're trying to find the right group to put around Luka long term. You're trying to find the right people to put around him, and so I think it's it's difficult with these restrictions and in this market. And I think that they got to really try overall to do a really good job now and for the future. I do think they have something coming, guys. Like I would be really surprised if they don't have either a trade teed up or some other free agent plans that they're able to execute here. And so it's just they've made it harder on themselves. And quite frankly, I think LeBron's statement made it harder on them.
Ayton, yes or no?
Maybe. Yesterday I would have said no. I thought it was looking more like he was going to go to Milwaukee, but I don't think they need him now. They just went and got Miles Turner. So I think they're back in the game there.
You mentioned you think LeBron's statement may have made it harder. Wasn't he just stating the obvious that this is not a championship roster?
I don't know. There's just you speak LeBron, right?
That's how I interpret it.
That was not. I don't think there's one interpretation. I think there's many interpretations.
Sure.
It was a layered statement. It was a statement meant to cause you to be talking about it and thinking about it. I think he was obviously trying to put pressure on them to go out and get him a better roster. But the buzz around the league is that sounded like a goodbye letter, right? I mean, that there were past tenses used there. And I think that's caused a lot of uncertainty around his future with the Lakers, whether it's this year or next year.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second. So I feel like LeBron has given the Lakers a lot of leeway in his career because he's wanted to live in Los Angeles. His family's wanted to live in Los Angeles. He has business interests that he's created in Los Angeles. And it was better for Team LeBron, right? Let's call it. But I think LeBron is just being the LeBron we've always known, which is literally hold the team's feet to the fire every year possible. And again, I just feel like the Lakers are now understanding what it really means to be in the LeBron business. Now, unfortunately, he's going to be 41 years old, but this is what the expectation has always been with him at previous stops is, hey, I don't want to hear it. Like, just trade whatever you got to trade to make the team championship good.
That's exactly what it might be. That's it, right. We'll find out.
But what I'm saying is, like, the Lakers as an organization have lived a charmed life with LeBron that the other organizations did not.
I don't know. I think he's had a couple of press conferences here and there, and there's been some emoji tweets, right? There's been a few of those. Yeah,
but there hasn't been hold David Griffin accountable kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like where he's like, you know, they got to make a trade at every deadline. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been any of that stuff. You know?
Wasn't there a press conference up in Portland once? I remember a couple years ago. And they didn't do anything.
Right. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What I'm saying is it's not a constant theme like it's been like it was in Cleveland.
Yeah, I guess in Cleveland it was more, but I feel like there's been a lot. I feel like there's been a lot of drama there. I don't know. I mean, to me, it feels like maybe he really is holding their features, but maybe this is just one last leverage play. And say, because he should, quite frankly, if he's going to play 1 or 2 or 3 more years, you know, I hear conflicting things on that too. Like I've always heard he wanted to play a couple more years, like as in more than one.
Really?
Yeah, but lately there's a question of well, maybe it is just one. I mean, he was caught on that video saying Sedano wants me to be done after a 1 or, you know, right? There was a video of him at dinner saying that.
Lindsay says has a conspiracy theory that it was he said it purposely while that person was videotaping.
Well, it was his friend. It was not a random patron.
No, I
it was
agree.
His friend.
I got you. I'm just saying.
And LeBron liked
I'm running your conspiracy theory by Ramona.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, I think anything.
He liked the post, right, Momo?
Who likes the post?
LeBron liked the post.
Yeah, he liked the post. Yeah, you're right.
Post liking.
He sees everything on social media.
Oh, he does.
Right?
There's no question about that.
Everything.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, my sense with him and with how he's behaving is he wants us talking about all of this. He knows exactly what he's doing in terms of creating drama and a storyline.
100%.
And maybe you're playing both sides here, right? Are you there's a sort of I'm putting your feet to the fire. You better do something, because if you don't, and then when you ask the question, because if they don't, then what?
Right.
There's not really an answer right now.
Right. Agreed.
And I think the whole league is speculating on what happened.
Right. Yeah, it's some like kind of nebulous thing. If it's and what, you know, if the question is and what, the answer is some nebulous thing after that. Then
you want to trade. Then you want to buy out. Then you want to what? Are you mad that they're not consulting you as much? You're not as involved? Are you mad they didn't offer you a 1-and-1 or a 2+1? I think there's some. I understand why you'd be upset about that. I mean, he's always had the respect of at least never going into a lame duck year, always having some optionality at the end of a season.
Right.
I think that probably stings a bit.
Yes, agreed. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. What is what are you hearing about this that they, you know, you said it, and maybe I'm missing something on the we want to keep maximum cap space for 2027 beyond just what we discussed. Like, how does Luka feel about potentially 2 years where they're not maximizing a championship window?
My sense with Luka is he's involved in everything they're doing, and so if he had a big problem with it, you know, I don't know that he would make his feelings known the way LeBron does, but I think he would make his feelings known, whether it would be public or private. He would make his feelings known. So my sense is if they're proceeding along this route, they have confidence in their plan. That make sense?
Right. I got you. I hope that's the case, because if he doesn't sign,
he doesn't give you as much to talk about, right? He doesn't. You're not going to hear a lot.
Oh no, agreed. Yeah, for sure. And by the way, he's always kind of operated that way. You know what I'm saying? Like things. Maybe something will get out there privately and eventually leak its way down the road. Maybe not in the immediacy of it, but
that's not his style.
I just hope that that's the case because if I were him at 26 years old, I don't want to waste 2 years of my prime.
No chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And so I just have this level of trust that they have a plan that he's on board with.
Right.
I don't know why I have that level of trust, but everything says to me, if you're Rob Pelinka, you're going to have a new owner to impress. You just pulled off one of the trades of the century. You got a new superstar face of the franchise. You're going to do everything right by that guy.
Right.
And you're going to make sure everybody's on board. You're not going to risk him leaving you in free agency.
What else you got? What else do we have cooking today? Like, I feel like yesterday during the show, we were potting you guys up a lot. Like, we were like, hey, Momo's on. Put Momo up on the TV.
They were part of the show.
Wendy's on.
I got to run back over there in a minute because we're on this.
Yeah, we were potting you up. So what is cooking tonight? Anything good?
I think we're going to dissect the Miles Turner, Dame Lillard stuff. I think there's a lot to be said there.
Yeah. Okay.
Duncan Robinson moving on from the Heat. May have some Knicks coaching search kind of insight.
Okay. All right.
And LeBron.
There's going to be LeBron on the show.
A lot of LeBron. I think I'm talking about Philly a little bit.
Oh, Philly.
You might be talking about the Warriors a little bit.
Oh, the Warriors. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they got anything going right now.
Horford maybe.
Horford maybe, or they got to figure out what's going on with Kuminga.
Okay.
Phoenix obviously still out. There's a lot going on.
Okay. All the other teams.
Well,
we
again, I just let you know that we were potting you guys up in and out of the show. Like, it was almost like you guys were part of the show. So I just wanted to know what was going to be on the menu today, so we can just kind of be ready for it.
Yeah, we'll try to make it spicy for you, okay?
Yeah.
And on that note, I should go because I'm always late and
No. Don't be late.
So,
Don't be late.
So don't be late on the day that you're actually early.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. All right. See ya. Thanks.